So, League with Boros didn't go great. So we're trying out this green-white deck instead. This green-white deck seems awesome. We've tried out a couple leagues of it earlier in the week. Since then we've added Dryad Greenseeker. It's a card I'm excited to try out. Seems very good against control. Seems a nice mirror breaker, potentially. If the board stalls. Excited to give it a try. This is a keep though, actually, with the flower. I almost mold. I was like, one lander? Seriously? This is a keep. We draw the third land. This hand is very strong. Gets to go Amara into history. Yeah, I've cast some Flourishes too. You don't cast them that often, but I've definitely won games due to Flourish. I think Flourish is quite reasonable. Yeah, Song of Freyalise is a card I would like to try at some point. We've not tried any control yet. I kind of want to try some at some point, but I'm in no rush. People are like still figuring out the control decks. We did try Turbo Fog, which isn't control, but does get to cast a Fairy, and that deck was very nice. We only 3-2'd with it, but I think we could have 4-1'd if I played a bit tighter. And the deck felt very strong, in general. Nice. Land drop is amazing. Also seems like we might be playing the mirror, by the looks of things. Ooh. Never mind, they have an isolated chapel. Interesting. So they had no 2-drop, which means they probably have a history of Benalia next turn as like a really big play. I think we're going to go over the top of them here though. We're just getting like a bunch of early tokens here. Oh, Ritual of Soot maybe? They have Ritual of Soot? That would be disgusting. I guess I get to cast my Loxodon if they have Ritual. Right? So I can attack with my Knight, then cast the Loxodon. You think there's a Bant control deck that can use March? Yeah, first of all we have to find out how to build the blue-white control decks, but March is a very powerful Magic card for sure. It's very silly. I think we're going to get Ritualed here. At least we get a 4-4 though. Get to attack with our 4-4. Maybe if we think we're going to get Ritualed, we should be attacking with the Amara and just pumping the 1-1. Get in the extra 2. Put them to 14. Or they can concede. Also valid. Also completely valid. Alright. So against the black deck, we definitely want Vivian, just to go bigger. Oh, Greenseeker's also nice because it gives us more creatures for Vivian. That is actually really appealing. Oh my god, Lassie, that's really gross. I want to trim sapling migrations if we think they're on like Ritual of Soots and potential other sweepers. I can just like cut these and be less all in on the tokens. I can bring in a mixture of stuff. So like potential considerations are like some combination of this stuff, I guess. Yeah, for sure. It's like Secure the Wastes, right? In Modern, Secure the Wastes is really powerful in Jeskai, and part of the reason is in the control matchups. You just have this like massive haymaker you can cast on their end step. For sure. Especially if they... Yeah. No, I agree. That's it seems very reasonable. What do we want the final 2 slots to be? I wish we knew more of what they were doing. I think for now, I'm just going to board these in. But depending on what we see next game, I might want the Dawn of Hopes, depending on how slow and controlling they are. Oh my god, Schultz, that's incredible. There's a bunch of shirts that they've done of different deck archetypes, and it has like a picture in the center to do with the deck archetype, and then it has text surrounding it. And I think the Lantern one has something like "you can concede at any point you want" written on it for the Lantern Control shirt. It's just like, this is great. This appeals to the Lantern Control player in me. See if they cast a spell this game. Here, casting spells is pretty strong. So I am reliably informed. Well, they're currently on pace to not cast a spell. So far they've played 6 turns of Magic without a single spell being cast, so that's nice. Obviously I did that wrong. I meant to do that off the Temple Garden, play the Plains, give them less known info. Doesn't really matter. Doesn't actually matter at all. Huh. Do I just want to Tribunal the history? It gets really awkward if the Assassins trophy my Tribunal. But I'm going to be using my mana for like the next several turns. I'm a bit worried about getting beaten to death with this. Sure. This might be overly aggressive. It's like obviously not an exciting thing to do, but that's a bit better than an Assassin's Trophy, huh? That is a bit better than an Assassin's Trophy. My knight, yet again, has betrayed me. Yet again. Abzan Knights. Seems like it. Oh my god. The history's gonna kill us next turn. Do I just need to kill the history? I don't know that we can beat them antheming. Maybe the Tristani just about gets us there. We can like chump with a vampire. I think I'm casting the Tristani. I don't know that I'm tribunaling the history though. Seems like a way to die to another copy of Knight of Autumn. Obviously I can Vivian minus on the history. Or I could just like let the history crack and chump with a vampire. That'd be terrible. Going to drop a Lord next turn. Oh, do they have Lords as well? Jeez. Yeah, yes, they have the 4 mana one, right? The one from the core set. Alright, well, this is going here, 100%. Valiant Knight and Radiant Destiny, yeah. That makes sense. I guess I'd rather kill a Vigilance one, right? Being stupid. So this is 8, 12, 18. So I would advise blocking with something else. This is 8. They can blow us out. Oh no, they can't Assassin's Trophy this. Cool. So this is 10, 14, but we gain 2, so it's 12. So we go to 5. But we get to keep our board mostly intact. Sure. Absent Knights is your new deck. It seems kind of sweet, Teresa. You get to play 4 copies of my Knight. It's a sapling migration. Yep. Yep. Alright. Well then. Do I just want to activate Shalai? Make my lifelinkers bigger? That might be the play this turn. I might just spend this turn activating Shalai to make my board a bit more imposing. Alright. If they don't have a March of the Multitudes, we're actually fine. If they have a March of the Multitudes, we're like super dead. But so this turn I can just cast Vivian, look for a land. Romara. Try and like keep hitting my land drops here so I can do multiple things. Obviously we need them to not have March of the Multitudes, but alright. Flower a bit worse than a land there, because we couldn't take it off Vivian. Another history. Oh, we can minus on that with Vivian, that's fine actually. That's actually fine. We can just get this out of the way. I can cast this flower to keep hitting my land drops so I can keep doing things. Board wipes are pretty great. Board wipes are quite strong. Alright, now I just pass the turn again, I guess. I can probably start attacking with Shalai pretty soon. But I think for this turn I want to hold her back. Oh my god. Do I just have to minus Vivian again, keep these off the table? Now that I've drawn March, that might be the play. I guess I can let them get a Knight, so I can keep my Vivian. The Selesnya Mirror is a mess. Yeah, this is kind of ludicrous. I'm not gonna lie. This is kind of stupid. We win now? I think we do. We get to March in their end step. My knight came to my side for once. For once my knight was not a traitor. For once. This is going to be a very good March. This is going to be a great March. Do I remember Master of the Unseen? Master of the Unseen was messed up. That card was so messed up. I'm not worried out with this too. We're gonna gain so much life. We're gonna like lose our Vivian, but I don't think that matters because we're gaining so much life here. No! Come back! Come back! Imagine if the Dryad was a Song of Freyalise. That's true. That's true. I don't know if it would have actually changed much. Like, the main thing we we cast for lots of mana was this. Oh, I guess it would have. I guess it would have given +1/+1 to everything, right? Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. +1/+1 and indestructible. Sort of done like the job that Shalai did, but without having to have access to Shalai. That's reasonable. That's a nice start to this league, though. Nice, clean round 1 victory in the mirror. Pseudo mirror, I guess. I think they were basically playing our deck. Probably had black for discard in the board, maybe. So that they can beat the fog deck. Oh, this hand is great. This hand is excellent. Very, very strong. Amara on 2 into history, into Loxodon, make our team massive. Trample, yeah, the trample kills them for sure. Oh, that's also true. Like, the Dryad we got because of Vivian Plus, which we couldn't do with Song. That's actually, like, a relevant thing, because, like, we don't have that many creatures in the deck for the Vivian Plus. So the extra free bodies of the Dryads are, like, really nice from that perspective. Like, I found Vivian Plus in this deck is so often just, like, getting you a land, which is fine, but actually getting a creature is really nice. Corruptor is deciding whether to mulligan. Indeed. They did mulligan. So, my plans for the rest of the week in terms of streaming. Just so y'all know what's up. Tomorrow I'm going to be starting a bit later than usual because I'm recording the podcast. Recording Proven Combatants. My podcast that I'm on. At the start of my normal stream time. So I'll be starting like a few hours later. Probably like maybe an hour earlier than we are now. So that is... But we're going to be playing some Modern tomorrow. Check out the podcast, linked in the chat by Marcus. Good plug, Marcus. Good plug. What are we doing? We're casting a history this turn, right? Get in our attack, cast a history. So I'm going to be starting a little bit late tomorrow, but we'll be playing some Modern. We've got a donation deck list for, got a donation deck list for Phil playing some Valakut. Then we'll probably play something else afterwards. And then the rest of the week will mostly be standard. I'm going to be doing a draft stream with Kaylee at some point later in the week, but all the other streams will be standard. Is it reasonable Valakut or less reasonable Valakut? Depends how adventurous I'm feeling. I was just told, play a Valakut deck. So... I'm kind of tempted to play Pokemon Shift. Pokemon Shift seems delightful. Pokemon Shift seems truly delightful. to play around Ritual of Soot. Right? I'm definitely playing out this landing, so I'd like to flip it. So yeah, I'm playing around Ritual of Soot and not playing out the history. What is Pokemon Shift? Pokemon Shift is a Leo Lahonen special of 150 card. Ooh. Powerful. 150 card Bring to Light Scape Shift. 150 cards, you can have like absurd gifts ungiven packages. You can like Bring to Light for Traumatize, targeting yourself so you can Splendid Reclamation back your Valakuts to kill them. Like, there's all sorts of wild things in it. It's kind of a treat. Honestly, it's kind of a treat. Right, let's flip this landing. Yeah, it has a Glittering Wish board too. You have like a single copy of Madcap Experiment and a single copy of, am I casting History or Loxodon? Loxodon plays around Ritual of Soot nicely. So it means we get to thump for 4 if we get ritualed. I think I'm just going to Loxodon. I think that seems best to me. It does sound like a Leo deck, it really does. It looks great though. Has a single copy of Amara into Loxy. Nah, if we're ritualed, I want to follow up Amara, I think. I think that sounds really good to me. So playing against some sort of control deck, maybe? One of these Vivians, 100%. I think I'm going to bring in Dawn of Hope in the dark. I'm going to assume the opponent's deck is fairly controlling. So you have a single copy of Madcap Experiment and a single copy of Platinum Empyrean. So you can bring to light for your Madcap Experiment for your Platinum Empyrean. But then you don't end up, like, drawing your Platinum Empyreans or Madcap Experiments when they're bad ever, because your deck is 150 cards. It's like so great. Yeah, he won the actual whole tournament, as well as winning the Coolest Deck award. I'm gonna take out Migrations. I think you just always take out Migrations against black decks because of Ritual. Let's try this. Seems fine. You could bring in Knight. Oh, another Shalai. Yeah, another Shalai is reasonable too. Don't know what it would be over. We could trim on like an Amara or a Legion's Landing, but this hand's pretty far off. This is not quite as far off. Duress. Take my Flower Flourish. Ah, I would be so sad. That is definitely a downside of Flower Flourish, getting it duressed. That does sound ridiculous, Lassie. Well, it does not sound like the most hard-earned top 8 win, but you know. Does that count as a Stone Rain? Oh my god. Alright, let's get in with the Samara. Don't kill her, thank god. That's a bit slow here. These tribunals do not seem amazing. at the moment. I'm pretty sure duressing someone's Flower Flourish counts as a Stone Rain, for purposes of the command, incidentally. Ooh, exciting. So I'm going to attack with the Amara and then Loxodon the tokens. Oh, I kind of want to take the Search at some point, though. We could just cast Search instead. Alex, thank you so much for that Twitch Prime support. Thank you for becoming a Knight of Autumn. Everyone put some hearts in chat for our new knight. Thanks for the support, Alex. I really appreciate it. You are great. I think I'm just going to take this Search down here, rather than get down my Loxodon. I've got, like, a fair amount of pressure going. Kind of just want to, make sure they don't get this filtering. I can play around Syncopate too, which is nice. Like this. Thank you so much, Alex. You are great. Ritual of Cert, Golden Demise. That's actually brutal, because we could have got this out of range with the Loxodon. Jeez. Yes, I'm casting my 4/4 now. I'm feeling really silly about all of this. This is still fine though. Need to like contempt this 4/4. I wonder what the green's for in my opponent's deck. The green is interesting. Five mana 4/4, basically a Batterskull. Literally a Batterskull. So OP. Have you ever beaten a Batterskull in your life? I know I haven't. Probably means this elephant's gonna go the distance. Not even our I miss Colossipede. I dearly miss Colossipede. Olmodrolfa. It could just be the trophies, too. You know, the trophies that we just saw. It could also be those. Moldrotha would make some amount of sense. Is we're bringing in Knight of Autumn, now we've seen Search for Azcanta. Oh gosh. Lark. This is kind of rough. This is gonna flip next turn. We have a lot of tribunals, indeed. I guess if I cast this and they counter it, they get to flip the Search is the problem. But I still feel forced into doing this, like any spell flip Search. Oh wow. Massive raid from Gabe. That is great, jeez. Devious cover-up. Welcome to everyone joining us from the Thief stream. We're playing some green-white tokens in Standard. Indeed. We're against Adrian Sullivan, by the way. I've been talking to him in chat on the client, but I don't think I actually mentioned that. We are indeed against Sullivan. So we can make 4 tokens and not cast the Loxodon and feel sad. I guess I'm just going to pass with the March up. And when Adrian goes to activate Azcanta, we get to March and make 4 tokens. You like whatever the opponent's doing. The list looks kind of cool so far. Looks kind of nice. Hey Thanos. Alright. Chemist's Insight. Sure. It's like they found 2 cards of Azcanta. So OP. The luckiest, stone rainiest, no mulliganist. Mulliganiest? Stream on Twitch. Those are all accurate words. Yes, I'm casting the Flourish. Because if they don't have a counter, they die. I don't feel like... Yeah, I guess I'm just doing this. This is like the final chance, right? Our final stand. Not sure they're real words, but they are accurate. They are definitely accurate. To the extent that they have meaning. Alright, still dead to my soldiers. Cool. Never contempt. Uh-huh. I mean, we stopped Adrian from activating its Scanter this turn, which is a small victory. We got through 2 cards. For like 1.5 cards. Spore Swarm is pretty good. Interesting. I would not have expected that to be the case. I kind of believe it. Honestly though, the sapling migrations I bought out a lot, so I don't know. And you already have like lots of 4s and 5s. So I can go with Mara into Loxodon, just like attack for 2 here. This deck is sweet, I enjoy it. I'm a fan. I think I'm just swinging here. Cast my elephant, get a token. So now they need a sweeper and an answer to the elephant. Well, that's the sweeper. That's the sweeper duly found. Is there an answer to the elephant in my future though? Okay. Oh, the sweeper doesn't even hit Amara. That's kind of nice. So he also needs an answer to my 3/3. Does indeed have the city's blessing. Cool. No! Well, that seems pretty bad for us. Need him to whiff on 2 Scanter activations. I believe in you, Elephant. You've got some work to do. He's already been through 3 contempts and 3 Assassin's trophies. So the chance he finds an answer to this elephant isn't that high. Yeah, they've got to be very short on answers. Cast down! No! 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 Just like keep running spells out. Eventually one will work. You play tokens as absence, you can have discards and trophy. I'm not sure you need discard. I think you're pretty good at grinding already against control. The card that wins the game is Devious Cover-Up, Socrasta. Look, this is how you win the game. This is the true way to win the game. We'd already seen a Devious cover-up. This is the win con. It's kind of great, actually. I'm kind of in love. I might have to try something out like this. Oh my gosh. What are my thoughts on a green-black mid-range deck? Think it sounds very mopey. Not terribly exciting, but the green-black decks we've seen so far in the leagues have just always looked like very unimpressive. It's a no-win con Teferi deck without the Teferi, indeed. Indeed. Alright, well, I'm bringing in this Knight. Kinda want to trim on Tribunals, because they look trashy there. Like, they answer Search, which is important to answer, I guess. But he has Assassin's Trophies to kill them as well. Thief. Could have Thieves. I think I'm just gonna run it like this though. I don't want to have like too many Tribunals. I just want to be threat dense. We just died that game to drawing too many Tribunals, right? So, hey there, Illusions. This needs a third land, but I think I'm gonna keep. God, you had an actual control shell of Gaia's Blessing. I tried out Gaia's Blessing briefly in a deck, but felt kind of terrible. Alas. Who'd have thought 2-mana draw a card would be a bad rate? Devious cover-up is sick, though. For sure. Attack for 1, play my history. Are we liking Dread Greenseeker over District Guide? We've actually not drawn it much. We're only on our second match. I think in theory I like it more. But need to get some more games in to be certain. Blink a token, deal. That is a-okay. That might mean there's no Golden Demise in hand, which would be nice. I could Elephant here, I guess. I could have Elephanted here. I think I want to History, because this History is coming offline next turn. And, like, casting the Blink so aggressively hints that there's no Golden Demise in our future. Could have Scatter. We didn't see Scatter all last game. I don't know how many Scatters he'd even have in against us. We don't have that many creatures. See ya, Caius. Have a good evening. Wow, Vona's Hunger. Definitely sack the smaller creature against the deck that is not attacking our life total. Now we get to attack for 1 million. Approximately 1 million. Yeah, this turn is nice. I think I'm just gonna shock myself here. For this elephant, play around Syncopate. We've not seen a Syncopate yet, but... Please no Golden Demise. Please no Golden Demise. One time. They have no Golden Demise. Probably can't lose. Oh my gosh. He just said he didn't have a Golden Demise. Sick. I am suitably relieved. Oh my gosh. So apparently his win cons, he has one Eldest Reborn, one Vraska. And that's it. And it boarded out the Eldest Reborn versus us because, like, we're tokens, of course. Alright, 2-0. On to the third round. Convoke is awful to pay for en masse in the arena. Play en masse. I guess it's kind of hard to see like exactly what your opponent's board state's like in arena. Against these Convoke decks, possibly. We didn't really see any of these back when we were on the open beta preview stream. I am indeed, Teresa. Good thing to notice. Oh my god. But that means we need another 351 more subs. Well, this hand is pretty absurd. Never mind. Can never win. Roller coaster of emotions right here. From can't possibly lose to can never win. They just have a 1/1 double strike. What do we do? How do we beat a 1/1 double strike? I think we're gonna be fine, honestly. Flipping the landing gets us close to enough mana for Shalai activations, which is pretty nice. I could double block and try and take this down. I think I just want to flip landing though, get my mana online. No! That was rude. That was quite rude. Obviously shouldn't have played my land out because I'm going to be finding a land off this. So now they'll like have full info. But it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really change much. Spewing like the tiniest bit of info. Kind of awkward. They're now at the point where like flipping landing might just cost us a whole board. Oh boy. That's pretty strong. People forgot about this card, huh? Alright. Hopefully, nope. They have the bounty agent. I'm stupid. Well, we still get the bounty agent out of play that way, I guess. But I just have to tribunal this. I can never block it with March. Chainweller's so good. Why aren't there more Boros lists playing Chainweller? It's like really weird to me. so many of the Boros lists are just not bothering with Chain Whirler, but it seems so much better than Tajik to me. Tajik is just like, kind of whatever. Yeah, it kind of baffles me too. I think I have to convoke this out, because I have to try and block down the Vindicator. I don't get that many tokens out of it, but I'm still going to go for it anyway. I get 3 tokens. I think the mana, you can make the mana work though, is the thing. Like, it's not the easiest thing in the world to make work, but so we need a good couple draw steps. That qualifies. I don't think we would have. I think I would have blocked there. Facts. I think I would have blocked. Because flipping the landing loses us 2 tokens, which is kind of a rough place to be. We need them to never draw another Chain Whirler. But I don't know if I'm just meant to flip this. I might flip it next turn. I'm just going to wait here. Alright, this turn I lose 2 tokens, but I make a token, so -1 token overall, which I think is worthwhile. I think being -1 token overall to have my landing online from here on out seems good. The new token has lifelink too, yeah. It's also an upside. Chain Whirler. I mean, we were destroying the Boros decks with this deck previously, but I guess all it takes is a Chain Whirler for them to suddenly be favored again. Yeah. Interesting. We have found Chain Whirler's new home. Alright. The bounty agents are nice too, because that means they have answers to Lyra post-board. We're obviously still bringing in the Lyras, but it's really nice for them. Want the baffling ends too. You just want to shove Chain Whirler into Quende. That is probably wrong, Marcus. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. The Legion's landings might just suck if they have Chain Whirlers, honestly. I think these probably just suck. I think March is still really good. But the Legion's landings are probably just terrible against Chain Whirler. We can just like board a bit bigger here. I don't know if we want Knight. We haven't seen any enchantments from them yet. 4/3 doesn't sound exciting here. We could want Vivian. How have we been liking New Standard? New Standard's sweet. I've been enjoying it. It's still kind of a puzzle to solve at the moment too, which is fun. Do I want Vivian? Just, like, the card advantage matters, too. Games might end up going long, especially post-board. What would I want to cut, though? I can cut an Amara. My curve is, like, absurd then, though. Oh my gosh. Or, Thank you for the resub. 2 months of being a Knight of Autumn. Everyone put some hearts in chat for Or. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the continued support. I don't think I'm bringing in the Vivians. I think I'm a bit nervous of bringing my curve too high, and I prefer my other 5s and 4s. Oh, we could cut a Loxodon or two. No, you're right. Cutting a Loxodon seems good. I kind of like Loxodon as a follow-up to, Loxodon is a nice follow-up to March of the Multitudes. But that's, like, really late in the game. Yeah, I think we're meant to cut a Loxodon or two. I think you're right. To make room for the Vivians. That actually sounds really good to me. We might do that for game 3. Yeah, it deals with Aurelia too. That's also true. Aurelia is very scary. Alright. Seek some lands here. Oh, thanks, Or. I'm glad you like them so much. Really appreciate hearing that. Look at this 1-free. 1-free trying its hardest. We can't block though because of Chain Whirler. God damn it. Chain Whirler is such a tilt, let me tell you. I'm going to be drawing lands with Greenseeker. I might just want to hold this. Oh, I could use this as a reshuffle. I could tap this and then I get this as a reshuffle. If I don't want whatever's on top. That's actually kind of sweet. Alright, I don't think I want that Loxodon. Although it pumps the Greenseekers. Makes the Greenseekers 2/4s. That actually sounds kind of great to me. It's like a nice thing to do next turn. Yeah, I'm going to keep that on top actually. Just pass the turn here. Make the Greenseekers into 2/4s. So we have a bunch of X4s that can block well. Tajik. Interesting. So I need to Tribunal the Tajik this turn. So I guess I can go Tribunal plus Flower, next turn go Trostani Loxodon. Right, find the forest. Can I just Loxodon now? The Loxodon does block the Tajik, you're right. No, you're right, the Loxodon blocks the Tajik pretty well. Yeah. I'm being silly. Y'all are correct. And even if they use a +2/+2 to push it through the Loxodon, then we have a bunch of 2/4s against Tajik. Which, like, puts them in the same sort of situation. Interesting. They don't have another white land. So we actually get to block this, right? Oh wait, no, this is a white land? Oh, jeez. So we actually just have to take 6. And then they're going to have Metzali online. We're going to have Lifelinkers soon, but it might be too late. Might just be too late. So I probably just have to get rid of Tajik this turn, I guess. I can try and block it. I need to get them dead too. You think the Thorn Lieutenant would have been better than the Dryads this game? That Lieutenant would have been better than Dryads this game, yeah. Lieutenant is a very good card. For sure. Maybe I just have to attack them for like 8. No, they give this first strike. And this had a damage marked on it. So it would have taken 3 from first strike and died. Because this makes white mana. Alright, the Mitsali kind of forces me to actually pressure them. So, like, obviously I can die from these attacks, but I think I'm still just going to attack for 8. Try and put them in a position where I can kill them over the next, like, couple turns. Whilst having enough blockers back to not die myself. No worries, Fax. It's a reasonable question. Easy thing to miss. I didn't realise this was going to give them coloured mana either, until after it flipped. Right, so we're dead to a burn spell. Uh-huh. Alright, that was pretty good from them. It's a pretty strong draw. Tajik is messed up and limited, for sure. Is Thorn Lieutenant better against the slower decks? I guess it's good against removal spells. Thorn Lieutenant is like a very good card. I could see it being like the right 2-drop for us. Could also see Branch Walker being the right 2-drop. It's like not obvious what 2-drop we want. This hand is nice. It is definitely awkward that Greenseeker doesn't play well with Convoke, because you don't get to use the ability. But that's kind of true for most of the 2-drops to an extent. Other than like Amara. I guess Branch Walker plays okay with your Convoke, because you get your value on the face when you cast it, right? You just get your value straight up, and then you have your body in play. What is this? Okay, that's pretty sweet. It's a nice way of grinding. The 10th Amara. I'm just casting this turn, and then the Amara next turn. Try and hit my land drops here. Seeker's Squire. Oh my god. They're trying hard for those gruesome menageries. It's honestly kind of cool. Kind of coming together for them. Cast my Amara and pass the turn. Just gotta dodge Plague Mare. Oh my god, they're gonna have Plague Mare that they can gruesome menagerie. I mean, we brought out Sapling Migrations against the black decks anyway, so it's not the end of the world. Loxodon, that's pretty nice. I am very into that as a draw step. Jeez. Do I want to give up my look at a land to make this a 2/4? I think I do. I think I do. Making this a 2/4 is pretty nice. I've also just like made some 1/1s this turn and built those up with the Loxodon. Getting down my 4/4. Gives me some nice defense though if they ever start getting more aggressive here. Huh. That's pretty nice, Gobi. Gruesome Menagerie, return Jade Light, and Wild Growth Walker just immediately gain some life. Immediately gain 6. It lets you like aggressively block early on in the game too. Oh my gosh. Interesting. Well, this turn I'm just gonna March the Multitudes, I think. They are apparently not attacking me, which is nice. Feel like they could have, like, gotten some chip shots this game. Interesting. I don't really want them to know about this, but I also don't want to miss out on a token. So I guess I'm just gonna do this. Yeah, the Playcraft is really cool. Playcraft is so good against Planeswalkers. Against, like, Teferis and stuff. It's really nice. That is a 3-2 for 2. A vanilla 3-2, deal. Aestride Greenseeker is really awkward with Flower Flourish. That's, like, actually a problem. This card doesn't work with Flower Flourish very well. Yeah, I mean, I brought that upon myself, right? Yeah. That was incredible. Also, can we talk about the fact they cast their Crow Harpooner last turn? And then we immediately cast our Shalai. It's also pretty great. Gruesome Menagerie. No idea if we're attacking with everything next turn. We might be. We might be attacking with everything because our Legion's Landing's gonna flip. Gives us our land for the Shalai Pump. How do I feel about Sultai? I don't feel about Sultai. I've not really thought about it at all, if I'm being completely honest. I think I'm just going to attack with everything. It can't be that bad, right? They have a lot of blockers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But every creature that dies in combat costs them a life. So they can block like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They take 10-ish, question mark. Plus this. 10, 14. So they take 14 off these, but then every creature that dies from their side also loses them life. This is compulsory, right? Yeah, let's do this. Pretty sure they're dead. Fairly convinced they're dead. Oh, we're attacking with the Dryad. I want to attack with the Dryad, so I didn't activate it. Dryad represents like 3 damage. Yeah, I'll pump after they blocked. I'll definitely be pumping ore, for sure. If I hit, I can +2/+2. That's fair. I don't know, they were dead this way anyway. I probably should have done the maths beforehand, I guess, to check. But alright, well. The self-shot calls. I'll try not to call cool shots against myself anymore, Nucleo. Have a good evening. It was nice having you here. Alright, so we're against green-black. I'm going to board these out because they're going to board in Plague Mares against me. Nonsense like that. Dawn of Hope seems like a nice grind card. This matchup feels kind of grindy. Vivian does like a similar thing. Lyra's probably not good because they have the Crow Harpooner. Like, makes Lyra a bit awkward. I guess it also makes Shalai awkward, but I don't think we want Settle. They weren't attacking us very much. They were playing very passively that game. I think Settle probably isn't very necessary. Oh no, Baffling's good. You're right, Kobe. We should bring in Baffling End. For sure. Yeah, I agree. Baffling End seems good. Takes out the Reapers, right? The ones that draw cards when creatures die. But making sure that one doesn't stay on the board seems really important. What would I play week 1 for standard? Probably either green-white or mono-red. Both of those seem very good. I think both of those are very legitimate choices. Destroy the Samara. What do I think's the best that we've played from standard so far? Green-white is the best one I've played. I've not actually tried mono-red yet. I liked Turbo Fog too. We did pretty decently with Turbo Fog. Feels like the list needs some tuning, but feels pretty powerful too. Feels very good against like a lot of what people are doing in standard at the moment. A lot of these just like mopey creature decks trying to beat down without much interaction. Okay, just want a history here, right? Set up this Loxodon next turn. They're actually beating down a lot of damage this game. I have to block this Branchwalker. You know they have a Gruesome Menagerie in hand. Guess I'm just taking this. It's like a bit worrying. We can like max value the Loxodon next turn. That is exceedingly back in your day in nature. What are we doing? We can go history into Loxodon. We die to 2 removal spells, but otherwise that seems kind of great. The tokens become huge next turn. The other option is we just make like a bunch of lifelinkers to buy time here. Seems decent. Getting the token off Amara is big here because it means a single removal spell doesn't kill us. And now these knights are going to be a 5/4s next turn. Llanowar Elves will go to the graveyard. Sure. Oh my gosh. This is kind of unreasonable. These knights are so big. Am I going to do any drafts today? Not today. Kaylee is going to join me for a stream later this week. And when she does, we're gonna do some drafts, which I'm excited for. But for now, we're just playing standard. I kind of want some March of the Multitudes this turn. And then next turn we just start like right-click attack-alling. think that's a good plan. This turn we get approximately 1,000,000 tokens, give or take. Yeah, I could swing with all the knights. Could swing with these. I get less tokens this way though off the march is the problem. Because these are going to trade off. I think I'm just going to wait. I'm just going to like max the token production. I guess like these trade off but the landing flips. Oh, I could caster and damage. You're right, Kobe. Jeez. It exposes me to Plague Mare pretty badly. Which is not great, but yeah. That's a reasonable shout doing it during damage, potentially. This seems good though. Seems like it's going to be very hard for them to beat. We know they have a gruesome menagerie in hand, but I don't think that's going to be enough for them. I'm getting like 9 tokens here. So I can go ahead and Tribunal a blocker. Take out a 4/3, I guess. I'm a bit worried about the Stitches supplier dying and then finding a Plague Mare. I think this is fine though. Take out one of the blockers that cleanly blocks a knight. Oh yeah, Flower. I mean, we can like almost cast Flourish next turn, right? Flower Flourish is really good in these sorts of positions for sure. Flower Flourish is just like a super strong card in general. These like Lay of the Land cards with upside have just like been overperforming the last few years, generally. Like Attune with Aether, Traverse the Ulvenwald, etc, etc. This leaves you dead on board. By a sizable amount. This leaves you dead on board by like 13 or something. 10, 18, 22, 23. By like 5. Still a lot. Yeah, 13 was a slight exaggeration. Tiniest little exaggeration. Are they still just dead? What am I missing here? Pass priority. They have a cast down for a token, maybe. Then they only take 14. Cool. Alright, 3-1. On to the final match. Let's get this 4-1. We played 2 leagues with this deck so far, and we like 3-2 and 4-1'd. But the 3-2, I think we threw a game. So in the grandest scheme of things, 5 and 3 are numbers which are pretty close together. Relatively speaking. What did we lose 0-2 versus? We lost to Boros. We actually beat Boros the other 2 times we faced it, but this version of Boros had Goblin Chain Whirler in it, which made that deck a lot more problematic for us. Made the matchup actually feel pretty tough, honestly. Yeah, Maker Stand's not bad. It's kind of awkward that it doesn't save your team from like Golden Demise or Plague Mare or whatever, but pretty reasonable card. Alright, if I drew a land, I think I'd consider holding this, but drawing a spell. I'm just going to fire this off now, so our mana doesn't, like, get clunked up later. Oh, we'll get a forest. Kind of want another plains, but... What do I think about dragons? We've not actually run into any dragons. No nickel boluses or anything like that yet. So I don't have any strong opinions on it quite yet. I'd be curious to see some. Nicol Bolas is like just an incredible card on rate, right? Oh, wow, Rampant Growth. I do love a good Rampant Growth. We're not playing that. That's a card I want to try out because it seems potentially quite powerful in mirror matches, but we've not actually had a chance to try it yet. I'm just firing off the history. I don't know, getting Amara down's also nice, but this way we get to go Amara into Loxodon next turn and grow all three of them. Grow both tokens and the Amara. Yeah, exactly, Tanner. Makes the Loxodon a nice follow-up this way. Choops. Sure. Just gonna run this out. Get my Amara value. Do I think Lava Coil is well positioned? I mean, it seems fine. Kills like Shalai, Venerated Loxodon, Steel Leaf Champion. It doesn't kill Aurelia, which is a bit annoying. But it seems reasonable. I don't see why it wouldn't be a decent card. I'm gonna do this into this, take out the Isaref, and just like swing for 1,000,000, I think. Convoke just being amazing. Isaref seems really slow. I'm not convinced by the Isaref. I think I throw away my soldier. It's 9, 10, 11, 12 damage. Alternatively, we let them chump, but it makes a Ritual Set a really good draw for them. This is fine. I think Ritual Set is like the main way we lose hair, so I just want to play around it. We got in an extra damage because of it, which is nice. Plaguemare, deal. Given Amara Vigilance for troll value. That would make people play her correctly though. Then you just play her with your Convoke spells. How it was meant to be. So they block the 2/2, they take 10. I guess they can chump the Loxodon and just like cross their fingers for a Ritual Set. They can trophy the Loxodon. Oh, they're trophying this to get their Isaref back. That's kind of nice. Not sure that's going to be enough, but it's pretty good for them. They take 6. The problem is, if they attack and bring back Choops, then they don't get to block with their Isaref, and that uses up their whole turn. It's just like so slow. Green-white is very strong. It has been very impressive, for sure. So they can attack, bring back Plaguemare, they kill this, they have 2 blockers for this, and still die. So even that leaves them dead. I love how the main deck Plaguemare is just like doing nothing. Main deck Plaguemare OP. Oh, Chupacabra. Maybe Chupacabra gets there. They kill my 4/4. They can chump the 2 knights. Interesting. What happens now? They chump the 2 knights and they take 5. I think we just let the Isseref run free. It's pretty good. Alright. It's pretty strong. They also have to deal 20, yeah, they have to deal a lot of damage at some point in the game too, as well as, you know, not die. I think I'm just going to hold this up. I don't think I even need to play the Amara here. Just hold up max March of the Multitudes for EOT. Finality. Strong. Amara is cost neutral for March, except if they cast a Wrath, which is like the main thing we were worrying about, was my thinking. If they cast a Wrath, then it like denies us some tokens. I guess if the Wrath is specifically Finality, they'd still die anyway to 3 tokens, because they'd only have a, like at most 1 blocker back. Alright. All our creatures do have the Phage ability. It's kind of great. Vivian seems good. I want these baffling ends because Isseref's kind of annoying, I guess. Definitely want these sapling migrations out of my deck against main deck Plague Mare. I don't know if these are too slow, the Dawn of Hopes, or whether they're fine. They do help grind. They're kind of slow. Kind of want to take out an Elephant against like the Finality deck as well. March is incredible. Like, this card is kind of unrealistic, honestly. What if I do like this? Lyra's really bad against Chupacabra, obviously. But, they don't always have the Chupacabra. I guess they have Assassin's Trophy as well. I might just do this. Only bring in the 1 Lyra. I feel like landings are going to be really bad against them. Lockstone's kind of awkward against Finality. I think we can, like, play a long game against them reasonably. March is spring, not autumn. That is very off-brand, jeez. This sound is slow. I'm gonna ship it. This is way better. Ooh, take my history of Benalia. These. Right, this Green Seeker needs to do some work. Aggressive. I mean, I guess if we're boarding in these grindy cards and becoming slower, Bloodfast makes some amount of sense. That makes some amount of sense, Tanner. Makes some amount of sense. Alright, land drop, please. That is not even close. Kinda wishing I kept my 7 right now. If all they're doing is drawing cards off Bloodfast and we have all the time in the world. Land drop. Thank you. Thank you. Guess I just cast my castable spell. Pass the turn of Greenseeker up. Now slam that history of... wait. Oh, sadness. This is like... not the best situation because of the Bloodfast, but honestly kind of fine. They're not really doing much over there. Tribunal. Get rid of the Bloodfast. Land. Oh my god. The tilt is so real. Alright. Let's just get rid of the Bloodfast for a bit. Finebroker Evolving Wilds is kind of nice. Use Finebroker as like an oversized version of that 1/1 that finds a land from your top 5. Like keep hitting your land drops forever. Land. Oh my god. I'm so upset right now. This is 4 mana, right? It's like Master of the Unseen? Yep. If only it was just tap 1 explore. That would be so unreal though, Max. That would be honestly kind of messed up. Do I just have to make a 1/1 with the March? I don't know. Come on. Thank you. Alright, this is probably getting Chupacabra, so that's not great. I could just make a life-linking 1/1 to block with. Guess I need to hope they just don't have removal. Where I'm pretty far behind. Having the Shalai in play, like, blocks damage every turn. Oh, what was my fear? Thank you. Alright, what am I doing this turn? March of the Multitudes would make 4 tokens. And would let us deal with the Chupacabra, I guess. Means we don't get to activate our Greenseeker, which sucks. What happens if I play Tristani and they kill the Tristani? The 1/1s get to go on the Finebrokers, the Greenseeker gets to block the Chupacabra, and I live. Alright. Guess I'm doing that. That's why I get to activate my Greenseekers. So they can kill the Tristani. I need to cast another removal spell. Such as that. Let's draw some lands next game, huh? Make this a bit easier on ourselves. We're on the play. I think I want a Loxodon over one of these landings. I think I might want I think I might just want all the landings out because of all their Plague Mares. Obviously if you flip the landing it's fine, but the Knight of Autumn's kind of nice against Argor's Bloodfast. March got bought out, yeah, I've been hearing about that. About like the price just shooting up. I'm not surprised it got bought out. There's a lot of hype surrounding the card. Right, this is going to be the final game of today before I head off. Hopefully we can get ourselves a 4-1. That would be delightful. I'm not convinced about these Lyras in this matchup. I'm still not like 100% sure on them. They're so bad against Chupacabra, but they're like a way to win when they don't have Chupacabra. That kind of like ignores the sweepers and stuff. And the Chupacabras do have like a bunch of things they have to deal with. Between the Shalais, sometimes the Green Seekers, sometimes the Tristanis. Alright. On the play. Mulligan. Keep. Find our third land, please. Awesome. Exceedingly lucky. Goodbye, History of Benalia. We got this Green Seeker though, which is going to give us some solid card advantage, I think. Help take us towards spells. Do we want to upkeep the Green Seeker? I am so bad at knowing Green Seeker timings. It's like easily the thing I'm worst at in Magic, is knowing whether you're meant to like upkeep or main phase or end of turn a Green Seeker activation. Or like whether you're meant to activate before or after drawing a card from something else. Yeah, we want to upkeep it because we have nothing else to do with the turn. Although now we can Tribunal their Green Seeker, which I'm kind of into. I think I'm just going to do that. I'm just going to Tribunal their Green Seeker now that we have a target and not worry about this too much. Not worry about activating ours too much. Yeah, now this turn we want to upkeep because we need to find action. For sure. So we need to clear lands off the top of the deck. Duress. Deal. 100%. That is A-okay with me, friend. Oh my god, that's such a tilt. Am I allowed to complain? Alright. I'm pretty sure I do want 2-drops in this deck. I'm pretty sure those 2-drops are not Green Seeker. It might be Merfolk Branchwalker, maybe. Maybe it's Merfolk Branchwalker. The Green Seekers have been pretty medium all league. Thank you. Land is great. Green Sea, but a Branchwalker would have been a Lotus Petal for Tribunal too. How about Shana? I think Shana is just too bad against removal. Like, kind of unexciting generally. Maybe she's fine. I don't know. Not excited about the idea of Shana by any means. Shana also doesn't solve, like, the sweepers problem. So the problem is, post-board you board out a lot of your tokens. And then Shana's just really small. We only get to upgrade the one elephant there, but I think I'm okay with that. Makes, like, finality not very terrifying. Vraska. Okay. Interesting. That was a good draw. That was a completely unreasonable draw. Take care of that Isaref. What are we doing with these creatures? Could just send them all at their face. They block this, they go to 6. We're pretty lights out to finality, which sucks. At this point, I'm trying to take down the Vraska since it's just going to kill the 5/5 anyway. Could just send both of these at Vraska, send these at their face. I think we have to take the Vraska off the table. Is Tashar anything? I don't think so. There aren't that many things to trigger Tashar, are there? Yeah, killing Vraska means we get to keep a 5/5 through finality. I've been pretty happy with the Shalais. But I agree we need more things to bring in when we take out sapling migrations. Because, like, a lot of the post-board games, you just become, like, a lot less linear. At which point the sapling migrations aren't very good. Because they just run into sweepers. I do agree we need more stuff to bring in. That lines up well, though, because of that. Oh, that would let me do more damage. That's true. Hopefully they don't have a removal spell here. How interesting is Harpooner? Which one's is that? The free to reach? I don't think I'm interested in that. We haven't had much issue with flyers so far. Couldn't every deck max? Yeah. That deck honestly doesn't seem that bad. It seems better than the other black-green decks I've seen so far. The Fine Brokers have been, like, kind of nice. Finality is a hell of a card. Because, like, Ritual of Certain Golden Demise you can play around. Finality you just can't do anything about. It's, like, really problematic. They don't have deadweights that we've seen. We haven't seen any deadweights. We haven't seen any Eldest Reborns yet, either. Which I guess they'd board out against us, so, like, it's not surprising we haven't seen them. But Eldest Reborn is really nice with Fine Broker. Their list seems nice, though. I'm kind of into it. How did the blue-black finish? The blue-black didn't go well. Good night, Fex. Sleep well. Although that was partially due to a pilot error with the blue-black deck. So we can just still draw a March of the Multitudes next turn. 8. 11, 12. It is resistant to Chain Whirler. When the Branch Walker gets Chain Whirlered, it's drawn you a card though, which isn't the end of the world. Branch Walker honestly isn't like terrible versus Chain Whirler, even though it seems like it should be. Come on, March of the Multitudes. One time. Don't know that that would even get us remotely back in the game, but you know. Alright. Sadness. That's a rough way to go down. That deck seemed really cool. I kind of want to try out a black-green deck like this at some point. It might be in the 5-0s. Gonna look through the 5-0s tonight. Yeah, I think Green Seeker is not the answer to the 2-drop slot. Don't know what is. I think Branch Walker's probably next on the list to try though. I think Branch Walker sounds very reasonable. Let's open this treasure chest before I head off. Indrix Affection Treasure. It's kind of adorable. Isn't Mystic Confluence money? I swear, that was money at one point. I think. It's dropped like loads though. That sucks. It used to be like a lot because of 1v1 Commander. But I guess it's just like dropped a ton because no one plays that format anymore. It was like 50 ticks at one point, I think. Or something absurd. Alright, anyway. I am gonna head off now. Thank you everyone for